and Santa Harry. We're just waiting for the young ones to get online. It's about 10:02 right now. So I'll leave you with some lofi. How about some lofi music? Hello.
Hi.
Hey everybody. So we're going to do another reading. Let me okay. So this book, as you can see, it's called The Chipmunks in Santa and Harry. And I thought that was appropriate because, you know, Christmas is coming. And, you know, Christmas is only, what is this, maybe a month away? So let me turn this around. And there we go. So are we ready to start? Has everybody got their listening ears on?
Yes.
Okay. This is a good little story. I had a look at it. Interesting. Let me turn down this music a bit. Okay. It was a hot summer day as Chipmunk Harry was rummaging through a garbage dumpster looking for something to sell to an unsuspecting victim. Coming up with an old poster from a chipmunk concert, he exclaimed, "Boy, if I had only known about that concert sooner, I could have made a few bucks scalping tickets. But maybe I can still pull a fast one on those chipmunks and make some big bucks." Harry thought for a moment, then called out, "I've got a great idea." There he is there in the rubbish bin. The next day, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore were playing on the front lawn when they heard a strange voice call out, "Lawns mowed, only 50 cents. The chipmunks couldn't believe their eyes. Santa Claus, they cried. Santa, who was really Harry in disguise, replied sadly, "That's me. Do you boys need your lawn mowed?" "Why are you working in the middle of summer?" asked Simon, very puzzled. "And where's your sleigh?" added Theodore. "And your reindeer?" piped up Alvin. Santa Harry sighed and replied, "Gone. The bank repossessed them. At this rate, they won't be any presents for Christmas this year." "No presents?" cried the chipmunks. Harry began to cry. "That's right, boys. No presents unless..." Signed deeply, Santa took a piece of paper from his pocket, unfolded it, and explained, "The only thing that can save Christmas this year is this amusement park, Santa's Place." See the Santa's Place? But it's only a dream. I had to lay off all my elves, and now there's no one to help me build it. The chipmunks' eyes lit up, and they shouted, "We could help you, Santa." Harry smiled. The chipmunks had played right into his hands. "Well, boys, maybe you could at that. But these plans are top secret, and you have to promise not to tell anyone about them, not even Dave." "Our lips are sealed," promised the chipmunks. Suddenly, Alvin had an idea. "I think I just know the place to build your amusement park." Alvin led Simon and Theodore and Santa to an old run-down farmhouse, and the chipmunks immediately began working on Santa's place. As the sun beat down on them, Theodore painted the candy cane pole, Simon hammered the sleigh together, and Alvin carried over a heavy Christmas tree. Meanwhile, Santa Harry pretended to supervise as he rested under a shady tree. Look at him over there sitting under the tree. You see that? Huh. Day after day, week after week, the chipmunks worked until Santa's place was ready. Theodore was just painting the last stripe on the last candy cane pole when he grasped breathlessly, "Well, Santa, how does it look?" Santa Harry smiled proudly and said, "It's a miracle, boys. You all did a great job. We may have a Christmas after all. Why, I can just see the faces of those happy children now." Then to himself, Santa muttered, "This Santa scheme is going to make me a very rich man. Ha, ha, ha. And I mean, ho, ho, ho." So see, there's this new amusement park, Santa's Park. The next day was the grand opening of Santa's Place. The crowds filled the park, waiting for the moment when Santa and the chipmunks would appear. Dressed as elves, the chipmunks pulled Santa's sleigh onto the big stage. "Gosh, this sleigh's heavy," moaned Alvin. "Oh, I sure don't know how those tiny reindeer do it," groaned Theodore. "I hope he doesn't expect us to fly," added Simon. The chipmunks not only pulled the sleigh for Santa Harry, but operated all the other attractions in the park as well. Theodore ran the bakery, Simon ran the snow machine, and Alvin ran the toy store. On opening day was a great success. The crowds loved Santa's Place, and so did Harry with all the money he made. That gave Harry an idea. "If I can make this much money on one set of chipmunks, I imagine what I could do with 100 sets. 100 sets of chipmunk robots? What an idea! Harry, you're a genius. Now all you need are some investors to get the scheme going." So Harry started calling his investors. Call after call went this way. "Yes, you heard right, chipmunk robots. I tell you, it's the greatest idea ever. why there's 1,000,001 uses for owning your own chipmunk robot. So if you want to get in on the deal, come to the investors meeting tonight and bring your checkbook. Bye-bye. Now, all I gotta do is get those gullible chipmunks to make robots for themselves. There he is making the phone calls. And there's the robot there. You see him? Boy, Santa sure is picky, muttered Simon as he adjusted the glasses on his robot. I hope I got it right this time. The last hair's in place on mine, added Theodore as he combed his robot. Santa's really hard to please. He's rejected hundreds of robots we've already made. As Elvin tightened the neck of his robot, he told his brothers, you guys heard what Santa said. He needs 3 perfect robots to replace us in case one of us gets sick. We wouldn't want any kids to miss Christmas. Look at all the robots he made. Look. Crazy. All that work left the chipmunks exhausted. They plunked themselves down on a couch outside Santa Harry's office to take a nap. Evening came, and Harry's investors started arriving at the meeting. One investor noticed the sleeping chipmunks and thinking they were robots Harry was selling, remarked, these chipmunk robots certainly look lifelike. I think I will buy a set from Harry. Elvin opened one eye and muttered to himself, was I dreaming, or did I hear chipmunk robots buy a set from Harry? Suddenly Elvin realized what Harry's scheme was. Why, that Santa is a fake. He tricked us into making robots for his get-rich-quick scheme. Well, two can play that game, and Elvin figured out a perfect plan to ruin Harry's scheme. See, they're all sleeping there, and they're looking at him. Oh, boy. Harry got all dressed up to greet his investors and take them around. Then he ordered his robots to show them how the park snow machine worked. What he didn't know was that the real chipmunks were pretending to be robots as they ran the machine. The fuel's going in, whispered Theodore as he poured in the water. Snow's on the way, Elvin, whispered Simon as he turned the wheel, and Elvin sprayed the investors with snow. Harry tried to calm the investors. Please, folks, it's nothing. Just a few kinks. Ha ha. Well, iron them out in a few days. Look, they all got covered in snow from the machine. See the machine pumping the snow out like that, and he's holding it up. It's coming down all over them. Demonstration after demonstration got sabotaged by the chipmunks until the investors turned on Harry and came after him. These chipmunk robots don't work at all, shouted one investor. What do you take us for? Yelled another. I want my money back, you crook, screamed a third investor. Harry panicked. Help! And the investors chased Harry through the park and out the gate and who knows where. As Elvin stood looking at all the chipmunks robots he and his brothers had made, he thought, it's a shame to waste these robots after all our work. They must be good for something. Back home, the chipmunks decided to have their own robots finish their chores around the house. Dave was thrilled to see the chipmunks working so hard until he realized these weren't real chipmunks at all. It soon dawned on Dave that Elvin had found a new way to avoid doing his chores, and David yelled, Elvin! And that's the end of the story. How was that? How was that, guys? Thumbs up? I hope so. It was good, wasn't it, Leia?
You like it? It's about Santa.
Yeah. Sydney, do you like it? Which?
He liked it.
The idea was good, eh? Okay.
Yeah, let's talk.
Well,
You know that thing that you're showing, that blue thing with the X on it?
yeah.
It's not. Oh, I tested this.
Oh,
It's just like something to stop you from chewing on things. And look, it's
well,
this.
I think that was a good story, and I think you guys have a
Yeah.
you have a good